Hey guys, D-Free here, and we have some early 3 a.m. news. So if you guys enjoy this video, hit that subscribe so you have more content, as well as that notification button so you guys don't miss anything we upload here on the channel. Let me know when you guys finish the video what you guys thought about some of the things I discussed in this video. I'm going to be talking about a lot of things in terms of what the characters are, obviously, talking about what I think they're going to ultimately lead to as well for the anniversary, and I think the plan as well for this upcoming month, literally prior to the anniversary, what they're going to do in terms of managing the game, character releases, will there be another LF prior to the anniversary, etc. I'm going to talk about a lot of things, so be sure to listen all the way through if possible. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe again. And I don't typically record a lot of early morning news because my kids are typically asleep about this time, and they are now. So anyways, let's see what happens. So we have a 9-hour maintenance announced here, quite long. So going to be a very, very busy day in terms of what's happening here. So that being said, definitely be aware of that, and make sure you finish your PvP season and all that stuff on time. This is in Japan time, so I can't tell you exactly off the top of my head when this is. But if you log into the game, you'll see a maintenance announcement, and it'll be in your current time zone. So just log into the game, check the news, it'll be right there. Okay, so we have Android 17 is coming. Actually, I need to discuss 18 first. So 18 was announced prior to 17. I thought this was quite funny because I was like, oh, it really makes you want to double down on the idea that the Tournament of Power, or the anniversary, excuse me, is Tournament of Power and GT themed, right? That's something that I've been saying for a little bit now, especially around the time we saw SS4 Goku come out. I was like, if a GT LF comes out here, I think it's extremely obvious that the anniversary is going to be something like GT and Tournament of Power. And in that trailer video that they did for the video and stuff, Toshi was like, oh yeah, we're going to definitely be focusing on GT. Since then we've got, you know, Vegeta getting his Zenkai. And it's like, dude, it's extremely obvious in my opinion that Gogeta is coming for the anniversary. Like, I genuinely would not be surprised, and I don't think anybody should be. But I do think there's going to be a sub theme as well, which is Tournament of Power, right? So I also was like, oh yeah, Tournament Power, Krillin and MVP 17 are two of the ones that have a really good chance, especially Krillin, because this is 18 versus Ribrianne. And lo and behold, like 10 minutes later, they actually were like, oh, here's 17. So I thought that was really funny. A lot of people on Twitter got a good kick out of that. So let's take a look at 18 here. A shot of Ribrianne at the end. It's the freaking massive boob there too. Look at where is it at? I like her windscreen. Okay, 18 is coming. Forgive me by the way if there's any echo there. I didn't plug in my headphones. So yeah, Android 18 is coming. Boosts in damage is inflicted, and also lower strike arts cost when she enters the battle. Okay. Her damage inflicted rises when she uses an arts card. Her special arts draws new cards. Oh, great. And her Z ability, Episode Universe Survival Saga S. So she's a Tournament of Power character booster. Don't get it confused, because what they did is, prior to actually releasing Jiren and his crew, they actually released the dogs, which had the Universe Survival Saga Z ability, which also made me really feel like UI was coming. There was no reason to drop these characters with that Z ability otherwise, which is obviously going back in time like six months or so. So yeah, they did that, dropped UI as well with that, and also since then have introduced more characters like the rival universe buffers. That's the main point I was getting at. So you really don't have a full, I guess now you probably have a full set of Z abilities actually. So I guess this also is a good indicator of what their colors might be. There's only 2 colors not represented in this grouping of characters that have this Z ability actually currently. So keep that in mind. So we have a yellow and a green character. Now, I actually think there's a decent chance 18 winds up being yellow if it's one of those 2 colors specifically. Just so you don't really want to run her with the Zenkai 7 one, but also, you know, she could get Zenkai buffed. You know, maybe people still do it. I just would like to think that the characters that are on girls nowadays, like Zenkai Caulifla and 21 and Vados, you can use. Like, I just would like to think that those characters are good enough to offset the need to run double yellow, but who knows with the players, right? On top of that, though, I said, oh, great, because it's like she looks like she's gonna just do a crap ton of damage. Damage inflicted buffs, lowers her strike arts cost when she enters the battle. Damage inflicted rises when she uses cards, and she has a card reload. Like, this is like, oh great, right? If you are using her with the obviously the good 18 in the game, you're gonna get a lot of green cards. So yeah, she's just gonna do a lot of damage. But again, this is a normal banner character here. So the deal is the anniversary is in literally a month. Keep that in mind. The anniversary is in literally a month. This is a very, very, very obvious skip for a lot of players, right? And obviously there are going to be players like me that are pretty excited about this. Like I really love the jumpsuit 18. I really love MVP 17. We're going to talk about in a minute. And potentially like a Krillin EX might be on this banner for a Tournament of Power, or like a Roshi EX as well. Like there are potential things I would like. I'd like both of those. So obviously I'm going to definitely go on the banner. Now, again, obvious skip for a lot of you guys, but I wouldn't be surprised, right, if they really try to sweeten the pot with these characters and do something funny like boost a Universe 7's ability and try to make you build out, which Universe 7 actually doesn't have a tag in the game currently, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if that's introduced as well. I don't know. We'll see. We'll definitely see what happens. But if they do drop Universe 7 as a Z ability as well, alongside, obviously, the Tournament of Power 1 Universe Survival Saga, if they do something like that, I think that would be very, very indicative of the idea that SSB Vegeta is probably close, right? SSB Vegeta, specifically. He probably is regardless, just for the record. But I think that would be very indicative of that idea. But I think they're going to find a way to really sweeten the pot here by maybe making these characters ones that you need to a larger degree to build an actual cohesive team, which is something they did with the dogs here, by the way. The dogs are actually pretty good, in my opinion, especially Bergamo. I think Bergamo's still actually incredibly underrated. I think he's a good bit better than Dispo and stuff like that on that Rival Universe team. But I think they were really underrated, especially like him and Basil. Lavender is kind of whatever to me. But yeah, I thought they were pretty good. But most importantly, you needed them, to a degree anyway, to build out the full team of a Universe Survival Saga team at that time that would be coherent and cohesive with the Z abilities, right? So she's going to be interesting. I guess it remains to be seen. They should be obviously coming out tonight after maintenance, if that wasn't clear. So we have 17. He seals all enemies' mains a limited amount of times. So that's not great. Is this what, the third character in the game with this ability off the top of my head at 3 a.m.? I don't know. I know Beerus has it, obviously. And I'm being generous by saying there's a second, but this might be the second. I don't know. When he enters the battle, he's going to be able to do that. So that's ridiculous. Crazy disruption there. And raises their special arts costs when he faces enemies. So green card cost goes up. He also has a special cover change against strike arts. So his attack and defenses are balanced. Okay. Are they really doing the thing where they make freaking 17 a defense type again? Like, what is with Legends and Dokkan always making 17's defensive units? Like, please stop. And just want to double check here. It says special arts. Yeah. Okay. I was making sure it didn't say like special move arts or something like that. All right. So let's take a look at this video here. That cover change looks so dope. That is an awesome cover change. Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. But the question is, does it reset or is it comboable? Is she knocked back or they're reset? Yeah, they get reset. You can't combo on this. Ah, man. They've been doing a little bit more of these lately. Like, I got it when UI had that. Like, I understood because he did it versus strikes and blasts, right? So it was very overpowered. That's why they only let him do it a couple times anyway. It was very overpowered. But like, even like the yellow Broly has this where he doesn't get the combo. They've been trying to do this more. I don't know. It's different, I guess. But it's still good to have the utility nonetheless. Anyways, so yeah, again, they might be trying to sweeten the pot here. It seems like, again, extremely likely. So let's talk about him here. Disruption there. We have the animation for the green in here as well, right there. Both of these characters have, no, this is blue card here. It was in here somewhere. There it is. Both these characters also had blast armor on their special moves. So again, just be prepared to just get absolutely wrecked to pieces by these characters. Yeah, blast armor there. Be prepared to be absolutely wrecked to pieces. Now, again, he seems like more of a utility character, and these characters are very hit or miss in the game and the way that they've been released just in general over their lifespan. They can either be incredibly good and, again, very disruptive, or they can be characters that don't wind up being exactly what you would think they would be. Now, that's true for the majority of the game anyway, but I feel like these characters, that kind of has a more likelihood of happening, higher likelihood. Anyways, so yeah, 17 releasing soon, alongside 18. Now for the month, right? Let's go ahead and just kind of talk about this really briefly. It's currently going to be the 27th when they're released. That means that the 4th is obviously going to be a new character. The 11th, you can also go a day out for each of these depending on your time zone, but for me, that's the date. So 27th, 4th, 11th, that's every week on a Tuesday. 28th, the 25th is another Tuesday. So we got literally 4, potentially 5 more Tuesdays until the actual release of these characters. 6 if you include today. So like, consider that. Do I think there's going to be another LF? I think it's possible, right? But I don't think it's actually all that likely. I'm actually really interested to see in terms of like what kind of banners they put out. Could there be like a step up banner with some characters that aren't actual LFs in terms of like new releases? Similar to Champa and Vados, right? If you remember, Champa and Vados were released on a step up banner with pre-existing LFs, like Vegito Blue, I think, was making his return at that time. So we'll see what happens ultimately, but I don't think they actually wind up releasing another LF, but I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously they obviously want money, but I just don't think it's happening. Excuse me. Other than that though, next week should be a Zenkai. I wouldn't be surprised if the Zenkai is a character from this grouping, like one of the older characters like Ribrianne or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if that, or even like Red Kale is a potential option as well. But I also wouldn't be surprised if it's a GT character. In my video here, I talk about the fact that if you haven't seen it, check it out. Also check out the Dragon Quest Die videos. That's something I'm going to be pivoting towards a lot. I really enjoy that game. Anyways, so yeah, I talk about Sin Shenron potentially getting a Zenkai. I think that's incredibly likely, as well as, again, I think GT is going to be a heavy player for the next couple of months here. So yeah, and the Zenkai is going to come. We're actually realistically going to get 2 to 3 more Zenkai characters, summonable Zenkai character releases, depending on how they want to divvy it up between now and the anniversary. So like, there's still options for a lot of what's coming. Again, I don't think an LF's coming. Hopefully not. There could be an EX on this banner. This is probably a Legends All-Star banner. That would also be kind of soon, I guess, relative to the release of the last one, but whatever. We'll see what happens. Again, very long maintenance today as well, so we'll see what happens with that. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'm going to sleep, man. Peace.